My favorite part about Smiles and Acres during, being the band was, the places we got to go, the people we got to meet. It was always fun playing different venues and meeting a bunch of different people. I mean, there couldn't be a greater thing to ask for. Going to a new venue and seeing all these new kids that you've never seen before, and you can see them go crazy for your music. I mean, it's just the coolest feeling in the world.
Me and Kyle started Smiles and Acres probably back, I think 2 summers ago. And we met at our very first bass player's acoustic show. And I saw him from across the room, and I'm not even kidding. I thought that kid has really tight pants, so he probably plays music. So.
Been through a lot of things, but that was the biggest thing that I noticed is like being able to grow as a musician and like grow as a person by like interacting with people at shows, and like that was my biggest thing, is just noticing all the growth over this past year and a half. It's been truly incredible, and I'm really, really happy that I got to share with such like awesome band members.
Craziest thing that's ever happened to me though, which was probably the most fulfilling thing that's ever happened to me in music, is because the only thing that I've ever wanted to do with music was give back something that it gave me. And actually at the last show there was a girl that walked up to me and she told me that like through our music she got through some of the problems that she had had in life, and through our music actually helped her through things, and that was probably if anything, the best thing that I could have heard at the last show.
They're like little boys. Like, I felt like their mom sometimes. We would go to practice. Like, if I went to their practice, sometimes they would just kid around. I'd be like, come on. Or when we went to venues, that's the worst. We would go to venues to go do, like, the one time the Crowfoot, you were there, the Eagle Theater interview. How long did it take us to find them? Because they were running around the venue. They're like little boys. Like, I feel like I constantly need a leash on them whenever they would go places. So they'd always run around.
Honestly, like, pretty much all before the show was really, like, in Jackson, at the Eagle Theater, like, when we're just all hanging out and stuff. Those are really memorable moments for me. Hanging out with, like, Jake and stuff and dealing with his antics, and hanging out with Scott and, just having good talks with Scott and Blaine. Really just, like, before the show things, those are really fun. But Fest, that was definitely a journey to remember, only because it was, like, a really far trip, and it was just really fun.
The Modern Exchange, people always say that place is a dump. That place is home to a lot of artists and a lot of people. The fact that it got shut down was a real heartbreak to me and, to a lot of other people, because it's like, it was everybody's home venue. It's like, like a lot of our fan base was from downriver. And, it was everybody else's home away from home. It was a place you can go to, it was a place you can, relax at, listen to some sweet music at, have fun at. And it kind of just sucks, the stupidity of some people got that place shut down.
I don't care what anybody says, all of my favorite shows always took place at the Modern Exchange. That place was like a landmark in the music scene for the whole Detroit region. And when it left, when it got like closed down, I know it really, really hurt the scene. But there were some truly magical moments at the Modern Exchange that I'm really, really thankful for with this band.
You know what, at the Modern, I don't know why, but everybody just seemed a lot gayer, and it was okay to hump each other.
I don't think the excuse that the music is energetic or that it's a hardcore show makes hurting other people that didn't do anything to you okay. And I think that a lot of those kids that were really young, and they weren't there to get hurt or fight anybody. They were there to listen to us play our music.
Best thing a fan's ever getting, I'm actually wearing it right now. A young lady at the show, our last farewell show, I was selling her a t-shirt, and she came up to me and she said that she had this necklace she made me. It's a wooden anchor. That was really, really cool.
It's always good, like, good vibes around them. Like, I've never really had a bad day or anything like that. Except for when I want a chocolate shake and they don't pull over and get it for me. That gets me kind of mad. But everything other than that, it's fine.
The biggest show that Smiles and Acres probably ever played was Rockapalooza this summer, which was a music festival in Jackson, Michigan, where we played with some of the bands as like Silverstein, Sleeping with Sirens was on that, a lot of like many other greats.
Rockapalooza is fantastic. Now I can say that I played with Jodos.
When I took part in some bad activities that were not legal for my age, and the next morning my ex-girlfriend at the time came over to yell at me and tell me why we should be together. And I had bought her a heart necklace that she wasn't wearing at that time. She happened to be wearing an ankle necklace. So she was just yelling at me very hungover when I was very hungover. And she said, all I ever wanted to do is figure out what made you smile. And I said in my head, I'm a really bad person, but Smiles and Anchors is a really good band.
The craziest thing I've ever done, I had to think, is Fest. We drove there with our boys in Virginia Wolf. We had a show scheduled to play there, and we camped out there the first night because we heard a bunch of bands be camping out there. And we ended up getting really, really shit-faced drunk. And, me and Vinny Qualls, our merch guy / manager, ended up stealing some fire extinguishers with Blake from Lakeland. And, we were the only ones in the park. We were lighting off fire extinguishers and made a huge fire, which we found we broke a couple laws because you can't have fires in public parks. Stealing is against the law, and having alcohol in a public park is against the law. So we could have went to jail that night, but it was a lot of fun.
One of the funniest things was definitely like watching Kyle get locked in our trailer and just watching him just like beg to be let out, and he was just like freaking out, shaking the trailer, and finally we unlocked the back door to the trailer, and lo and behold, his ass is hanging out for the whole world to see.
I didn't start this band to get famous, and I didn't start it because I thought it would get me girls. I didn't start it because I thought it would make me a lot of money, or it would make me popular or cool or any of that.
But like it was really like the same time as that being my favorite memory, it was really sad just because I seen all of them really upset afterwards, all of us, where we were all crying after they played. I seen Blaine, and Blaine teared me up so bad. I looked at him and his eyes were red. He just went like this, and I was like, Blainesy, and gave him a hug, and then that's when I lost it. I just started crying, and everybody was just kind of really upset, and everybody was stressed out.
This last show they played was really, really good. They gave it their all. I mean, it was a great way for them to go out, Jake being lifted up and whatnot.
The last show was just really important to me because it showed something that meant a lot to me for a year and a half. Just meant something. Even if it didn't mean as much to someone else, but it meant something to those people. And they came out and they yelled all the words, and they just felt very intense. They felt almost as passionate as I did.
I couldn't have asked for a better farewell show. It was awesome. We had a shitload of people there. I had some fights break out. I mean, that wasn't cool at all, but it was really cool to see all the energy out in the crowd, and I really loved having everybody singing the words with me and coming up on stage and partying with us, and we went out with a bang. I couldn't ask for more than that.
My most emotional moment was after we got off stage, and I walked over to Jake, and he gave me a hug, and he just told me that he was proud of the musician that I had become. And he thought that we were going to become better friends after this because we wouldn't be nitpicking at each other all the time. But, I don't know, just for him to say that he was proud of me, that was kind of the best thing for him.
My favorite memory and last words to Smiles is that I want them to know that I love them all so very much, and across this I didn't come across just like a clientele or just, a band to work with. I met best friends, and I came out of this, best friends. So whatever you guys need, I'm always going to be here for you. You guys listen to me bitch and moan, you guys listen to me cry about stupid stuff, and you guys were always there for me. So I'm always going to be there for you. So if you guys ever need anything, you should know. Come to Mama C Fresh.
All their fans meant something to them, It was not just one random person, They would try to have a conversation with everybody that came up to them.
The simple things. It was never about like the money. It was never about any of that. I just love playing music and meeting people through music. So thank you guys. Thank you to everybody.
And Smiles and Anchors for me was that one place where for 30 minutes I could be that person. And I had my friends who were themselves. And
everybody out there, the fans, we couldn't have done anything we did without you guys. You guys meant the world to us. You guys aren't just fans or friends, you guys are family. We loved each and every one of you guys with all of our hearts.
I always love everyone at Smiles and Anchors. Pretty much everyone that was in it. They were all and always will be family to me.